Hello everyone, this is Ask Joshi, and this is another Deadlock commentary practice game where I've just jumped into a high MMR watch match from the Deadlock home screen, and now we're going to treat these players as if they are in an esports match. This is a live match, so we have no idea who is actually going to pop off, who is actually going to perform the best, anything like that. Right now we've got Abrams eating a Bebop bomb, but let's start just by looking at the players on the Amber Hand. We've got Nico, Shriz, Captain Kuro Nico, Chicken, Phil from SpongeBob, and a Bag of Rocks playing as Abrams, Wraith, Lady Geist, Vindicta, Mo and Krill, and finally Viscous. As a bit of a battle unfolds here, Abrams is going to eat another bomb, but lots of room here to take down the actual Bebop against him. Wraith is going to get an assist there as well. So that is 4 kills actually already for the Amber Hand against 0 for the Sapphire Flame. That is the blue team up in the top right, being played by You Can't Hide, Big Money Mark Kelly, Cheesy Dean, Jay Waffle, Dionysus, and Glass Eater as Bebop, Haze, Kelvin, Infernus, Lash, and Ivy. So we're going to take the free cam here, and we're going to remember how to actually use it. As we look around here, both players in the far yellow lane are actually going to start shopping. You know this is the yellow lane because it says York Avenue right there. The lane order is yellow, green, blue, and then purple. It is actually the same as natural color progression because yellow and blue make green. Green is between them, and blue is a component of purple. So purple's all the way on the far edge of yellow. So anyway, we see here the blue team has pressed up toward the enemy Guardian already, but the lane advantage is 1 kill to 0. Bebop with a nice hook there is going to grab Abrams and the follow-up sleep into Heavy Punch, but Abrams being one of the tankiest characters in the game and having a bit of ability to get life back means that he will be just fine. And now the pressure has flipped completely. The yellow team is all the way up on the enemy Guardian. Let's fly along over to the next lane. We'll see Lady Geist here, extremely low health, against the Kelvin, also extremely low health. Kelvin is up 1-0 in this matchup already, but is pressed up against his Guardian. Lady Geist is going to perhaps stick around because she does have some life leech as well. I can't fly any faster with the free cam, but we do see this lane is actually very, very dead even. All the way at the bridge, we've got Vindicta and Mo and Krill. They can be kind of hard to connect against enemy players here. Lash and Infernus, both sort of mid to short range characters that excel well there. Lash could be in trouble if Vindicta continues to jump on his head like that. And we continue on to the purple lane. Now it's going to be Ivy and Viscous. Actually, Vindicta just jumped in the air there. I'm curious to see if they will try to take down Lash in just a moment. We will take some first-person POVs, but finally Viscous is going to be going against Ivy and does already have a kill. So let's go ahead and take Viscous's POV here. Actually, it looks like there is a fight happening. Abrams got extremely low health there, and Haze is going to be jumping on him, hits that sleep dagger. We know that the heavy melee can take him down, and does. Congratulations to Haze scoring that kill there. Bebop does get the assist as well. So since they got the most recent kill, let's go ahead and take their POV. We can look at their build as well. Rapid rounds, headshot booster, extra stamina, and ammo scavenger. Extra stamina very, very early there. No extra regen or extra health on this Haze. Looks like they are probably priming for the ult build. Essentially, Haze has 2 camps. You can go ult build or gun build, but they are making use of that slide extra ammo against the Guardian. It's a mechanic that I don't think really should be in the game. Personally, I don't like the slide infinite mechano amic, but they are making great use of it there and getting their souls up. If you look at the total souls count, despite the yellow team having more kills, it is extremely even still. That's because the early game can be very, very forgiving. And Geist, I just saw getting jumped there. The Kelvin and Lash are together taking down Lady Geist, and over in Infernus's lane, he is being 2v1 right now as well, pushed all the way up to his Guardian, Mo and Krill. And Vindicta taking him down as his lane partner Lash was gone. So 5 kills to 3 now. 1 kill goes either way, but now the Guardian Kelvin is actually lighting it up here. The blue team is going to get that Guardian kill. Infernus says, "Good game, I just got shot through a wall." It did appear that way. Kelvin is going to ice skate on out of there. Sometimes you'll hear this called skateboard as well. He is a master ice skater, but now he's got 8 health, and no, of course he's not going to last there, as it's going to be Lady Geist scooping up that kill. 1, 2, and 0 on the stat line. Pressing up against that Guardian now. Let's switch over to Infernus. It looks like they're getting right up close and personal there with the enemy Vindicta. In fact, taking some minion damage for the privilege. Wraith and Abrams also pressed right up on the enemy Guardian now. Bebop's going to be flinging bombed minions at them to kind of prolong that Guardian staying alive. Wraith does have 3 charges of her card now, starting with Swift Striker, Melee Lifesteal, Extra Charge, and Infuser. Melee Lifesteal on the Wraith. Perhaps going to be sold later, but very, very strong in the laning phase for pretty much any character. They're actually going to be stealing their enemies' minions, or at least some of them, but Bebop sees this is happening. Haze comes in with the ultimate. Wraith drops her ultimate on the Haze and counters. They actually get that kill. Abrams is still in pretty good health, and Wraith looking around, trying to just push out damage without dying themselves, but Bebop does get the revenge kill. Bebop himself down to 150 health. Abrams looking extremely healthy, and he does get the knock away. Really well played there by Bebop. Can he survive, though? Guardians are pretty useless. It's not going to be enough to kill Nico, but with the hook in, oh my goodness, this Bebop is running circles around Abrams. He actually survives with just 50 health left. Incredible play there by the Bebop. That's You Can't Hide, beating out Nico, the Abrams, and he's got a 2-1-1 scoreline for himself. The Guardians are still standing. Oh, but he finally does go down. It looks like the Vindicta on the other side found that angle from above and took him down. Really, really crazy chain of events there. It looks like most of the lanes have kind of slowed down a little bit. Let's take over Mo and Krill's POV here, just shopping while his Vindicta is mid, getting lashed upon, but Mo and Krill dives deep, does get the knockup on the Infernus, and uses the ultimate. Can he get enough damage pushed out? It doesn't look like it, but Infernus is actually sticking around. He could have just ran straight away, but it is going to be Mo and Krill going down instead. Vindicta unable to find the Infernus. 8 kills to 7 now for the Amber Hand against the Sapphire Flame. Vindicta backing up here now. Looks like Lash and Infernus should be pouring some damage onto this Guardian. They are taking some pot shots at Vindicta herself while she's alone, but it looks like they're not really in too much of a hurry to get that tower down. We're going to go back over to Lady Geist POV. She is 1-2-0 against this Kelvin. It looked like she was pressing up against the tower, but it's rather even. Really rather even at the moment. Lady Geist actually just getting blasted there. Could be dead in just a moment if this Kelvin continues to be aggressive. Actually popping the healing right in his face. Loses that pretty quickly. But Kelvin playing extremely safe, way far back, has half his health left on the Guardian, and is still not sticking around. Looks like the Abrams and Wraith lane over on yellow has slowed down a bit, but he is going to get hooked, bombed, uppercut the other direction, and hyper beamed all the way down, and Bebop is just flexing on him now. 3-2-1 stat line. Haze over there with 1-1-1 as well, not even participating in most of these kills, but Haze does actually chase down the enemy Wraith and finds that kill. I saw that just a little bit too late to grab the first person point of view there, but now we have the Guardian in the yellow lane here, all the way down. Most likely going to be exploded by the Haze and the Bebop combination, but Abrams does jump right in. He gets punched away once again. Let's take his POV as he is going to stay healthy. He's got Bebop in his sights, but does get taken down before he can actually land the shoulder charge and just gets exploded again. Abrams, you got to slow down, buddy. They're just racking up the kills on you now. Abrams himself is 1-4-1. Being held up a bit by the Vindicta on his team at 4-0-2, and there is that Guardian that we expected to go down. Lady Geist in big trouble there, just swapped only in time to see them go down. That was the enemy Lash, I believe, helping out 4-1-0. There's the enemy. Kelvin is actually on his team. Who's he looking at? There's actually no enemies around anymore. He's just playing it safe with that healing, right?
Our blue Guardian has been destroyed.
The blue Guardian looks like Mo and Krill helped take down there. He's actually got his Quicksilver reload on his Scorn here. What else has he picked up here? Hollow Point Ward, Rapid Rounds, Berserker, Basic Mag, Sprint Boost, Toilet Lifesteal, Quicksilver Reload, and he's going to be creeping here as well. Actually able to take these down pretty quick, and Lash is going to be shooting at him though from the window. Back in lane action, Wraith is actually slightly outnumbered here. Wraith and Infernus both staring her down, and it looks like Haze is making their way over as well. Dropping some cards, getting blasted down though by the fire and the ice on the other side there. Abrams here is going to hightail it out of there. Vindicta actually still in the fight though, looking for some targets. A lot of blue health bars for them to try and snipe down over in this far blue lane. Excuse me, far yellow lane. Ivy dropping bombs, not going to find a target. Let's take that Ivy POV. 0, 1, and 2 so far, but hopes remove that Guardian.
Bark needs help.
And goes right into the minion camps. We've got Kelvin actually running the urn now. Looks like they started their ice bridge just in time to be able to use it and still have the urn in tow. So they're already halfway across the map. I doubt there will be much contention there unless Viscous, a bag of rocks over on the other side, might be there to stop him. We're now 13 minutes into the game. 51k souls for the blue team, 50 for the Amber Hand. Sapphire Flame is up 13 kills to 10. Most of those going to our Bebop and Lash studs. Kelvin is going to be using his dome to secure those souls, but now he's facing down Wraith and Viscous. Kelvin just gonna ice skate on out of there, and the Guardian will fall. No flex slots just for that though, gotta keep going. Let's check out Haze over sort of, I thought they were in no man's land a little bit, looking for some action. Might walk up on this Mo and Krill. There is a Guardian still there. Uses a little wall jump there for maneuverability, but nothing really to be done here at the moment. Ivy's coming in to try to repel. Lady Geist and Vindicta is airborne. Let's take Vindicta's POV. That's always good for getting a good look at the map. Lash is going to be attacked by crows, and he's going to jump in the air, use his ultimate here on Viscous, as well as Mo and Krill just in his face. He's got no health left, so that is going to be 4 players actually all getting a piece of Lash. Abrams over on the other side of the map, though, having to ult away just to stay alive against Bebop, Infernus, and Kelvin. 58k souls now for the Amber Hand, so the lead does continue to flip-flop despite the laning phase kind of ending here. Let's go look at Vindicta again. Well, yeah, she was just facing the wrong way, but they did take down that enemy Walker.
To get close to me.
So that's blue lane Walker down. It looks like over where Ivy is also could be going down very rapidly here. This Walker has very, very little health against Viscous and Wraith. Yeah, it's not going to last either. So they've got no flex slot here, despite having 2 Walkers down.
What's the matter, organics? Can't hang without Bebop.
Let's take a look at Kelvin. Just trying to maneuver, take out this minion wave while battling against Geist. Haze is going to jump in there as well, but no actual full-on duel happening here. Abrams continues to tempt fate, continues to push this lane up toward the Walker of yellow lane. Oh, does not connect though for the extended stun. That would have been really nice for him. He does end up getting the kill anyway. He's up to 2145 actual health. Haze is going to show up, Lash is going to show up, and oh, he's going to get the... Oh, I thought he was going to get the punch kill on Haze. That was extremely close. But Nico now 2, 5, and 1. At least he's doing things, right? He's moving the map along. He's getting objectives in his sights. You can see on the mini-map in the bottom right, the Amber Hand does have a bit of map advantage now, as they've taken down the 2 Walkers of the opponents.
Dive strike.
Looks like mid has some action, but they're probably just taking those camps. Yeah, they've got 2 flex slots now, with all the Guardians down and the 2 Walkers. And 6,200 souls available here for Lady Geist. Though they're going to get their first tier 4 item, most likely. Lots of just tier 1 items to get us started here. High velocity, headshot, healing right, enduring spirit, extra regen, extra stamina, mystic reach, mystic burst. Oh, they're actually going to get exploded and drop the souls they needed to get to that 6,200. Mo and Krill jumping right in, though, actually getting Bebop hooked. He's going to burrow. He's getting bombed. He's getting punched. Mo and Krill becoming a ping pong ball is not something you see every day. He's going to slide on out of there. Try to teleport, but no, they're actually going to gun him down. 3 people show up to try and get him out of the teleporter, but he still did teleport and died to a Bebop bomb. Actually ridiculous there. 7, 2, and 3 stat line now for You Can't Hide as he continues to rush forward now against the blue lane guardian of the yellow team. That is not going to last much longer here. Viscous also having to roll away there. I noticed he was surrounded. Abrams once again pushing this walker. He has not stopped. He has not left his commitment to this lane to anyone else. He's going to shoulder charge out of there and maybe survive, as he still has 1,300 health. That's more than Hayes has total probably at this point in the game. We're about 18 minutes in. Blue team with only a slight lead on kills and souls. Abrams, though, as he gets hunted down again, could be contributing his 6th death. That would be the most in the game, tying Infernus. Infernus, I did not notice, actually, is 1 in 6, having a bit of a struggle now in this mid-game. So Abrams is actually going to escape. No huge threat there. We're going to take a look at Hayes, who has already purchased Ricochet, and now going back for some of those at 1,200 cost items, 1,250 cost, excuse me, bullet resist shredder, active reload, etc. Quicksilver reload being imbued on the sleep dagger. Just farming, just farming. Lash has been pretty active though, 5, 2, and 2. No targets in mind right now, but they're going to continue to press down that lane. The urn delivery is actually on its way. Lady Geist carrying it this time right into the hands of 4 blue players. I'm not sure they realize the heat that they've attracted by trying to run the urn here. Let's take their first person POV as they get jumped here by the sleep dagger. No time to do anything against the Hayes ultimate. Hayes getting another kill there, 3, 1, and 4 overall. Viscous is going to run in, but this is not a gun build Hayes, and they do not have their ult, so they're going to do their best to try to run the heck away. Will they actually make it? Yes, they will. It looks like Ivy was able to sort of intercept there and prevent Hayes from going down. Looks like Lash did go down as well, but their team is up 19 kills to 16, down on souls overall, though. So still a very even match 20 minutes into the game. No team has had what I would consider a strong power play opportunity or anything for mid-boss. Really, the yellow team, the Amber Hand, have been doing a great job defending their walkers and keeping their lanes pushed out, as Abrams, again, is in danger, but not really in danger because he's just so tanky. Oh, and he just barely missed that little spot up there. I've never seen anyone actually take that little crow's nest positioning before. Abrams still just lingering. He's always got 2 or 3 people around, but he really wants that walker. He is actually still hanging around. Let's go over to Hayes now, who has found a target in Viscous. Viscous, just a smidge of health left, is going to go down to the combination of Lash and Hayes. They're going to start storming down this lane, or they could go address Abrams once again. Abrams does finally knock that walker down. And now I don't think he's going to go all the way for the twins. He does not have his ultimate ability to jump out of here, so he's going to have to very carefully assess how he's going to deal with Ivy and Kelvin. He tries the shoulder charge, but it's not going to be enough. They definitely have enough damage built up now at this point in the game. Among the 2 of them, about 40k souls, so 109k souls on both sides right now, 21 minutes into the game. Let's take a look at Lash, who seems to be dueling against Wraith, or perhaps ambushing Wraith. Wraith doesn't even know he's here yet. He's going to jump right in, slam, and can he get the gun damage? Wow, Wraith barely survives, less than 100 health. 9,200 souls to go spend there. Vindicta finds a kill onto the enemy Hayes. Probably out of position there, as we see Vindicta is safely near their base already. There is a soul urn as well. Looks like we got a couple of purchases here, including Silence Glyph now. for the Wraith. Let's go over to Vindicta, who is 2v1 at the moment, and Furnace and Ivy encroaching on this Walker. Amber Hand keeping them at bay as they all arrive together as a team. Abrams leading the charge, as you'd expect, looking right through this veil at multiple enemies, including Infernus. Right in front of him, there's a Hyper Beam Bebop going off. Let's go ahead and take his POV to see if there's any enemies even in his sight. There's really nothing for him to shoot at. Abrams was standing nearby just watching this. He is actually going to catch Ivy against the wall, pump a lot of damage into them. They do gargoyle just to try to stay alive, but then do go down. Vindicta says, Kelvin, you're sick. Kelvin says sorry. Totally missed what happened to Vindicta there as we watched Ivy get exploded, but Viscous once again in trouble, but not really, because they do have that goo ball ability to get out of there. So it's kind of interesting that Abrams and goo ball are on one side, staying alive as long as they possibly can against some squishier targets like Ivy, Haze, Infernus, and Lash. Bebop also, if he doesn't have his abilities, he's kind of just a giant robot, big target for a lot of these characters. Viscous rolling in now. I don't think he necessarily meant to punch himself away, but he's going to go join this other fight. 4 players down now for the blue team. Lash, Infernus, and Ivy as they're sort of respawning here. Ivy needs to carefully select where they're going to head to, but that's a big advantage now for the first time, really, of 7k, 9k souls for the yellow team, who are down on kills. So once again, that laning phase, despite how it went, ultimately shakes out. At this point, we're 23 minutes in. We are actually going to fight the mid-boss. They decide with 3 players with full death timers, this is their opportunity. We've got Ivy here as the lone person to maybe try to stop this from happening. It's not going to happen this time. Jay Waffle also with a tough 1-7-3 stat line, not feeling healthy enough to try and take down the team of Chicken and Captain Kiro Nico and actual Nico. The Amber Hand have secured the Rejuvenator without any interference. Vindicta here is 6-1-4, technically the hardest, best stat line for the Amber Hand against a 9-4-5 Bebop on the other side. And what will this team do with their Rejuvenator? Right now they have decided to push all the lanes. I see Wraith must be rich. Yeah, 7,200. If they're going to be passing up all these neutral camps and not doing anything, they must be going to spend. Let's see what they end up picking up as their tier 4 item. Could be Lucky Shot. No, actually they're going to switch some things around and got upgrades instead. Titanic Magazine. Still rocking the Silence Glyph. Escalating Resilience and Intensifying Magazine both. Pretty interesting, but 4,200 souls. There's got to be something worth upgrading in there. I'm very curious now if they leave without spending. There's things happening on the map, presumably. Okay, well, they upgraded. They got spirit armor. Nearly 50 souls shy of the 3K. Maybe they'll get the improved spirit armor now. Anyway, back to our lanes. The Rejuvenator, you can see bottom left, Rejuvenation credit is under half of the remaining time still there. So they did not hard push really a single lane at all. They kind of just maintained the lanes that they had, which I don't love because, you know, that's a huge opportunity when you've got the Rejuvenator and you essentially have a free life to go shove right into them. They find the kill on Ivy, but Lady Geist is going to pay for it as well. I watched the goo ball mistakenly thinking he was going to be rolling into people. Instead, it's going to be Lash and others here facing off against Haze now. And that's going to be Vindicta in Lash's sights. Vindicta, one of the strongest ones on that team. Wraith shows up to assist the Vindicta as Lash tries to bounce out of there toward the waiting arms of the Abrams. Of course, he's going to get blasted down. And 4 players got a piece of him there. Another flex slot is unlocked here as the Amber Hand team finally moves forward. Their Rejuve credit is under about 10% now, but definitely can take down the rest of these twins. They're finally converging here, taking down the enemy shrines here at 26 minutes, despite the Rejuve ending soon. This is their moment after they've basically taken down 3 of the enemy players one at a time. Here we see Abrams jumping on the other shrine. Let's switch over to Vindicta, who is going to ideally be gunning down the enemy players as fast as possible. The Patron is exposed now. That Sapphire Patron, that big egg-shaped weirdo, shooting down at them, but it looks like retreat has been called. Vindicta and the rest are bouncing out now. Vindicta with 29k souls is leading the game here, but every member of the blue team is up now, including this Haze, who does have their lucky shot purchased now, so they can contend a bit as a gun Haze, but really they are still just an ult machine. Trying to get even more money. Unstoppable is what you would expect to see on the Haze next. Abrams getting chased down perhaps here by Ivy. Doesn't look like Ivy's going to commit. So the blue team really needs to figure out now, how do we get back into this? We're 19k souls down, despite only being 1 kill difference. The map condition showing, you know, 3 walkers still standing on the yellow side against none for the blue team. They've actually been damaged all the way to their patron so far. So yellow team, if they just continue to maintain their advantage and don't blow it, don't have like an awful team fight, then they should still be favored as the game progresses here. And this is looking to be, you know, it could be a 35-minute game if the next team fight happens to be at 34 minutes, or it could be a 40-minute game if perhaps the yellow or the blue team wins the next one. So Kelvin trying to carry this urn and get a little bit more cash for his team is going to spark a team fight. Let's watch his POV as he dives in on the Moe and Krill. He's trying to keep him out of the fight. Doesn't quite reach the Lady Geist. Still has the urn under his control. Let's watch this Bebop, who is actually fighting multiple people here in a hallway. Lady Geist did use her swap. Haze did use her bullet dance. Haze is down to just about 2 HP, is going to be taken down just by the Goo Ball. Goo Ball in the hallway, having a great time just smashing people up. Bebop is going to go down as well. Viscous is going to finally roll out of there. 5, 2, and 1 stat line now. Here is the soul urn. Kelvin going to try and stop them from getting the max value there. Cube to save Viscus's life. Lash jumps in. Kelvin's going to dome against Abrams. Abrams smashes Kelvin against the wall of his own ice dome. Viscus now taking heavy fire from Infernus, who shows up out of nowhere. And will he die to the burn damage? Yes, he does. It's a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. Abrams and Vindicta are the sole survivors on the Amber Hand, while Lash and Ivy regroup all the way back to their base. And there's a little bit of chatter. Kelvin says matchmaking diff or something, but really this is an extremely even game on kills. The only real difference is just the number of walkers still remaining. So the blue team getting a chance to rally. Lady Geist actually having to defend the twins is actually a good sign for the blue team. That's the first kind of strike back that they've had at all. Kelvin saying, I don't know, y'all in a stack at all? They're accusing each other of matchmaking difference or something, but I think everyone here may actually just be solo queue. It is just a random match from the watch tab on Deadlock, once again, that we've been checking out. Vindicta hopping around at top mid, keeping eyes on everyone, just taking camps that are convenient. Bebop here is the killer on the other side, still rocking that 9 and 5 score line. 3 more kills than anyone else in the game. And I don't even know really what Kelvin is upset about or chatting about, but this is a random high MMR lobby chat, everyone. Bebop's still just clearing lanes. It looks like the yellow team is doing a good job actually sticking together here. Now they're having some debate about character balance. Moe and Krill has found 2 slot machines here. It'll be worth quite a lot of souls. Let's switch over to Wraith, who is actually shooting at someone right now. Looks like the yellow team does want to press up. Ivy may be out of position here. Let's check Abrams. Dueling against Ivy. Does not catch the shoulder charge stun. Is going to be backing up a little bit. Eats decay. It's going to hurt their health over time a little bit. But once that ends, he'll be right as rain. Vindicta is actually running the urn right now. And there's no one there to stop them because Lash has gone down as well. Abrams right in the thick of things here. Once again, does actually catch Wraith with the shoulder charge this time. He's going to bounce out. Still has some tools at his disposal to keep him alive if he needs to. He's actually just going to stay out as the Bebop Hyper Beam does its magic. Blue team finds a kill onto Viscous, but here comes Abrams still here. I don't know if Bebop expected that from long range there. Abrams just gunning his way in there. Kelvin is actually going to slap him right back there. Big money Mark Kelly on the Haze, finding a kill against the Mo and Krill. Looks like Captain Kuro Nico, the Lady Geist, actually found friendly base guardians during all of that. Lady Geist still alive here, looking for targets, finds the Haze on the way out. And suddenly the entire blue team is dead. Lady Geist rocking the 9, 9, and 4. Must have just lawnmowered through them in that last push there. Vindicta, Wraith, and Lady Geist. Lady's getting it done here. And can they actually finish the game, though? That is the question. It is a 3v1 at the moment. Lash is trying his darndest, but he is already eating AoE and dot damage from the crows that hit him there. The Sapphire Patron is exposed now. Don't get it wrong that Lifebar should say Sapphire Patron weakened, but Lash and Infernus are the only ones up here. It looks like the rest of the team did actually bounce out. Lady Geist does not want to die to that burn damage, so they're going to wait for the rest of the team to get up. The mid boss is standing once again, so this is where I would expect a sort of power play from the yellow team, but they might not have time. They will kill the mid-boss really fast, but the enemy team will be up in time. Abrams is going to try it anyway. He's starting. He's making the decision for the team to force this mid-boss fight, and I'm actually going to take the free cam just so we can back up a little and see if anyone does try to jump in and contest. We might actually get a crazy sort of battle here. But mid-boss is going to go down. Rejuve is descending. There are a lot of players nearby. Kelvin skating in. Is he going to actually get the denial? No, and actually it's Haze jumping in there with their bullet dance. You can see the unstoppable bubble around them as well, but of course the second that bullet dance is over, they're going to get smashed down. Abrams with the Rejuvenator is going to get melted as well by the Hyper Beam. Bebop trying to find more targets. Now he actually gets adjusted movement there. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but he did end up staying alive. There were 3 players killed, but they have the rejuve on the Amber Hand. Meanwhile, the Sapphire Flame have 2 down, and they're going to have much longer kill timers. So the yellow team still surging forward here. We'll take the Lady Geist POV. The kill onto Ivy. Bebop sneaks in from behind, though, punches the bomb into the team, gets a lot of damage, but not enough to be lethal. Geist moving forward, Wraith teleporting forward. Both of them just gun him down. Vindicta is actually the farthest forward against the enemy Kelvin, and all of the players on the Amber Hand are up now with that Rejuvenator bonus. They don't have any of their minion lanes pushed, though. Infernus going to try and charge down this Vindicta. Vindicta jumps into the air and actually does dodge the stun from the Infernus ult. Now the tanks are here to help Vindicta. Infernus in big trouble. He is going to try to run away. He's got multiple players on his tail. He's running right into the waiting arms of Mo and Krill, so that is a done deal. Wraith over on the far right lane, trying to ult and card Haze to death. Haze somehow got around the corner there. Not really sure what happened. They got yoinked away, but Lash is going to go down instead, and now Haze has no chance to survive. Tossing cards into the spawn. This will do it. 5 players down on the Sapphire Flame, and the Amber Hand have done it. About 25k souls up, 43 kills to 36. Lady Geist, a late game powerhouse. Bebop unable to get it done on his side. Did not have too much support aside from Lash and the occasional Haze ult. Kelvin was a mainstay and is typing a lot. Let's see what the tail of the stats actually have to say here. Very even player damage across the Sapphire Flame. Can't really be too upset at that. Everyone kind of pulled their weight there. Objective damage, pretty even across the board as well, but no standouts. Meanwhile, on the victory side, the Amber Hand, the Abrams, who was having a tough time in the lane, initially ended 6, 8, and 8. The Lady Geist, who was kind of a quiet underdog for most of the game, showed up really big toward the end, just popping heads off. 38k ended up being the most player damage, and nice 15.9k objective damage from Wraith, knocking down those towers. So again, this was just a random game that we hopped into on Deadlock in the watch feature and commentated in the esports style just for practice, so I can get better at, identifying situations quickly, commentating, and I hope if you enjoyed it, you'll consider liking and subscribing for more in the future. Catch you next time. Thanks.